Hello, everybody. I wanted to talk to you briefly about this shift that we are all experiencing right now on this earth. You might be saying, okay, well, what does this have to do with performance? What does this have to do with the human body? What does this have to do with anything in regards to my health? Well, I'm here to tell you that the mission of Sevenfold Performance is trying to get people to understand that the spirit body and the physical body are not separate. As the sun moves, as the moon moves, so do our physical vessel. What we are experiencing on Earth right now is an influx and an outpouring of light. It's the greatest transition this Earth has ever seen. And so what we need to do is we need to understand that the mechanical worldview that we have had for so long no longer applies to where we are going. The mechanisms of the third dimension, the mechanisms that we have been brought up in, the mechanisms that we have been taught and really kind of fooled in, is no more. We are stepping to the age of light. We are stepping into the age of abundance. We are stepping into the age of spirit, feeling, not just knowing, but feeling in our heart. There's a reason why your heart field produces out, I want to say 5,000 times more, is 5,000 times stronger than your mind field. The frequency of it, the broadband, the electromagnetic field of your heart is so much more stronger than your mind. Because the intention behind everything was for us to feel. A lot of times in life, we fail to feel. We're caught and get stuck so much right here in our mind. It's like we want to see this, and we want to experience this and this and that, but we are forgetting that heart-brain coherence is the optimal way to do it. So how can I really experience this life if I don't feel this life? Creating your reality is tossed around quite a bit, and it's something that people talk about, have talked about for ages, right? For in the personal development space, the self-help space, and just about every kind of space you can imagine, creating your reality has been taught. And it has been taught by way of thinking things into existence. And though, yes, I do believe that your thoughts are electromagnetic signals or electrical signals that are being sent out into the universe. However, what are you feeling? What alignment is in your heart with your mind? And so the way that we are going to go about this new era, this new age, this new earth really is not just thinking, but feeling our way through it. And so I cannot obtain and I cannot attain the life that I want, the health that I want, the experience that I want until I begin to transition in my heart space. That is extremely important. I must begin to transition in my heart space. And you know how you do that? Surrendering, letting go. You cannot hold on to the things of the past going into this new age. You cannot hold on to that disappointment. You cannot hold on to that fear. You cannot hold on to that shame. You cannot hold on to that guilt. You cannot hold on to the energetic properties of who you used to be going into this new age. This new age of light. It's not going to work out like that. It's not going to work. You can't. It doesn't even want to go with you. That's why there's been so much there's been so much of a disruption in our lives right now. There's been so much of an emotional disruption and an emotional earthquake and an explosion of feelings right now because those things do not and cannot go with you into the next life. Corey, what do you mean by next life? I would say probably in a couple of weeks now. We're here on the verge of spring equinox. We are. I'm recording this right before the new moon here in March, and we know that the new moon is something that is talked about in every single culture in sacred texts, including the Old Testament. I hope you know that we're going into the new year. You look at the old Hebraic calendar, the month of Nisan. This is a very important time right now. An explosion of light is happening inside of us. The kingdom is within. The kingdom is within. So if we're looking for this change all around us, why aren't we beginning to look internally? Why aren't we changing ourselves internally? Why aren't we taking steps to change this and explore this, the vastness of this, our inside, so that we can see the outside, the external world completely different? There must be a changing of the heart, how we view ourselves. how we love ourselves, how we love others, how we express love. There must be a changing. And that has to happen inside first before we see it on the outside. Everything that you're going through right now is preparing you for the next step. Everything that you're experiencing, everything that you're feeling, every single thing is preparing you for the next step. What people don't understand, though, is that you need to come into alignment with that. So, what does that look like? Well, I feel this rage, I feel this type of emotion, I feel that. Why are you still eating the same thing you were eating previously? You're feeding those emotions. You're feeding that rage because that energy behind what you may have been consuming, food, lifestyle choices, whatever, that energy resonates with who you used to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? So your soul wants to break free of that. But somehow, some way, we live in so much repetition as humans, okay? And it's like, no, I want to keep doing the same thing. I want to keep doing the same thing. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is what? Insanity. Yeah, I don't need to be a doctor to say that you're insane, or for you to even say yourself that you're insane. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just one example. Food and lifestyle. That's just one example of what is trying to break free so that you can progress and shine to the person that you need to be moving forward. Maybe it's your sleep. Maybe it's your daily decisions and your discipline. Maybe it's your communication pattern. Everything needs to be analyzed right now in order for you to move forward. Every single thing must be analyzed right now in order for you to move forward in accordance with the remembrance that's trying to express itself inside of you. Because the truth is remembrance. The best version of you sits inside of you right now. I hope you understand that. The best version of you is not out there in space somewhere. It's not underground somewhere. It is inside of you right now. It wants to come out. It wants to align. It wants to shine bright. It wants to explode. But you consciously must come into alignment with that. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you come into alignment with that. I encourage you to breathe. I encourage you to get out in nature. I encourage you to take this transition time very slowly with a lot of awareness so you can learn about yourself and say, okay, I need to stop doing that. My body's rejecting that now. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Oh, hanging out, I can't do that. I can't. Be aware of what your soul is saying to you right now and come into alignment with it consciously because it knows. It knows what you need right now. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. The Creator knew you. You need to get to know yourself. How do I get to know myself? How do I get to know my higher self? How do I get to know the self that wants to begin to live in higher planes of higher dimensional planes, higher planes of existence? That's what this time is about. Planting new seeds that will bring you into alignment with your higher self. What is the higher self? Joy, love, peace, purity, self-expression, authenticity. Highest vibrational thing out there is not love, is authenticity. That's true alignment. When you're living without fear, you're living without fear of judgment, you're living without the spirit of what if, confusion. That's where we're really starting to talk. So I hope this blesses you today. I hope you understand what's going on, and I'm looking forward to sharing more about what's going on. But come into awareness so that you can fall into alignment. There is no alignment without awareness. Pay attention to your body right now. Pay attention to your soul. Pay attention to your spirit. Pay attention to your heart. Peace, love.